Infinity Slayer. Eliminate the enemy.
Yo, what's up my aboriginals? Hello everyone, my name is Chief Landless and welcome back to another Halo 4 video. We're going to be talking about the latest title update that just went live May 10th. And we're also going to be talking a little bit more about some Halo 4 news in the upcoming days in regards to weapon tuning and stuff like that. And then we'll just kind of discuss the state of Halo 4 and all these updates right now, because if you keep up to date with the bulletins that they publish on Halo Waypoint, things are kind of slowing down. It's that time of year when games kind of start to get I don't know, quiet, so to speak. Not too many games nowadays last as long as, say, some of the original Halo games do. You know, a new Call of Duty comes out every year, and if you play one game over and over and over again, odds are you're going to slightly get tired of it. So we're going to be discussing a little bit about that, talk about the population numbers in Halo 4, just touch on a little bit of everything. If you want me to go into further detail on any other of these topics or any other topics, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Let's break on down the latest title update. So yes, title update went live May 10th, and it was a small one. It was what, 38 megabytes. And all it did, it fixed the death indicator, the X, in Halo 4. It updated it as for those who do not know, when Halo 4 was, first shipped, straight off the disc there on November 6th, it didn't have a death indicator for your teammates, letting you know where your teammates had died. And that was pretty much a staple in previous Halo games. You would call out one shot on my X. The guy has, one shot on the X area, and you would get a free kill, or, there's a guy on my X, just everything out there. That was just, a common term next to noob combo, and Halo 4 didn't have that to begin with. And then they had a title update maybe about a month or 2 months ago, and they put in a an X to indicate when your teammates have died and where they have died. But it wasn't really to our liking. It was a really light shade of kind of bluish white, very small X. It actually followed where the body ended up. So if the body was like rolling down a hill, the X would move, and it would only last a very short time. And if there was an instant respawn game type, it would disappear immediately when your teammates respawn. And especially with Halo 4's instant respawn in certain games, that didn't prove to be helpful. So now they have updated it. It is now a big red X, the big red X that we've all seen in previous Halo games, a nice big one. Easy to see here, you can see it in the gameplay here, and it doesn't move when the Spartan body moves. It's where the person has died, and it lasts for 4 seconds no matter what, even if the person does respawn right away. So it is great. Now you can properly say one shot on my X, and it becomes much more useful. See, as you see, the X is actually floating because that's where the Spartan did die, right up in the air at that point. So that is it for the title update. That's all that was in it. And the biggest thing that's going to be coming around to Halo 4 is weapon tuning, because all they've been really doing lately with multiplayer updates, matchmaking updates, is just moving maps, moving some Forge maps into other playlists, and making things more common in that regard. Other than that, the big thing is weapon tuning, and we finally have a date, and that is June 3rd, Monday, June 3rd, so we're probably going to be expecting some sort of update. It won't be a title update, because within the previous title update, or one before that, 343 was granted the ability to change weapons on the fly without releasing a gigantic title update, which means whenever you have to put a title update, a physical download where, you cannot connect to Xbox Live until you finish downloading something, that has to go through Microsoft's licensing. You have to provide the file, it has to go through certain security checks, stuff like that. It has to go through Microsoft itself, and this way, 343 has total control when they implement weapon tuning. And so they have been releasing sort of lists every bulletin ever since they announced weapon tuning and what they're currently focusing on. So there is no final list on what they're going to be implementing for the weapon tuning as of Monday, June 3rd. As of this recording, though, they have stated that they're going to be inviting a few community members once the date is nearing June 3rd. And one of those community members that I know off the top of the head, Green Skull, is going to be going down to Seattle to try out some of the weapon tuning, obviously share his thoughts, and they're going to have a live stream on twitch.tv/343industries. They have no set date for that at the moment, but that is where they'll live stream about it. Obviously see some community members talk about the weapon tuning, in comparison to other weapons that will be tuned in that regard. So some of the popular things they have talked about is that, the battle rifle is going to be getting a buff, so is the carbine. The DMR's range is going to be reduced in which the reticle turns red. The light rifle's reticle is red, when it turns red, it's going to be matched to where the new DMR will be. and other weapons like that. They even talked about adjusting the magnum, perhaps, and adjusting the carbine spread so that when you fire faster, it doesn't get as inaccurate as it currently does. So they're just talking about a lot of things, but there's nothing set in stone. They're going to be, you know, obviously playing around with it. They're not sure which things will show up. Some things may show up, some new things may show up, some things may not show up at all. Who knows as of right now, but that date is June 3rd with this, and any other dates that we do know right now is that May 20th, that is the next matchmaking update, there will be a Community Forge Island playlist. So you'll see some cool community created maps on Forge Island, and that'd be great to see. Probably a lot of big team battle maps, or maybe some small ones, who knows, maybe a combination of a whole bunch of, you know, different size maps on Forge Island. That'd be nice to see. Now, let's kind of just talk about all these updates, because, you know, some of these are quite big. Weapon tuning, and we just had CSR and this title update with the X. It's making me wondering, are these a little too late? And I'm not quoting a Bare Naked Ladies title there, you know, the comment saying, you know, although Bare Naked Ladies, awesome band, and I wish they'll get back together. I love my Naked Lady Bears, as according to Jean Chrétien, a former Prime Minister of Canada. But that's besides the point, that's a segue there. Are these a little too late? I was talking to my friends, I was letting them know, I was like, hey, the weapon tuning's gonna be coming around soon, June 3rd, and yeah, you know, such thing as probably see a battle rifle buff. And my friend was like, it's taking them that long to realize this? And it makes me kind of realize, yeah, the 343 seems kind of slow in that regard, because, hey, frankly, the community was very vocal for those of, you know, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, very vocal that they thought DMR was quite a problem. Same thing with Bolt Shot, and, you know, the community was very vocal, and it seems like 343 is kind of taking their time in that regard. And same thing with CSR. Now looking at the population levels, this is where it kind of ties in. How effective is CSR right now? Because it was released in April, and looking at the population numbers, some playlists only have a few hundred people in those particular playlists. So it's going to, that population number of, say, like 300, a good portion of that are going to be the diehards. They're going to be higher level CSR players. Some of them are going to be brand new players, and with lower CSR. So how well is it going to work with your own CSR rank? Because CSR is the whole point of it, is to match you up with people with similar skills, similar related CSR levels. And how effective is that when there's only so many people to pick from? And that is why even some gameplays that I'm getting a lot of, you know, 30 plus kills in Infinity Slayer here, getting close to 40 plus in certain games, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. And just to point out, yeah, this is a 30-3 Infinity Slayer on the map Scythe. Normally I say that at the beginning of the video here, but you guys have probably noticed how ridiculously laggy it was, and I was not host, as according to Naked Eli's Breaking Halo video, one of the ways to determine if you're host or not is obviously if you rage quit and there's a host migration, or when you call in an ordnance, a glowing orange circle appears where the ordnance is going to land and where it does land. So that's not visible on my end of it, so I definitely wasn't host, and I somehow pulled 30-3. Absolutely, just kind of like, holy smokes, how did I stay alive for that long? Went on a rampage, and yeah, I'm getting a lot of these because, you know, there's quite a mismatch of CSR levels. Looking back at Halo Waypoint, you can check what CSR level you were at a particular game, and check out every other player, what they were that game. And it's such a mismatch, it doesn't feel like CSR is really quite working. And all I can say is it's a little bit disappointing. I still have fun once in a while playing Halo 4, but the population numbers are kind of showing what's going on right now. A lot of people are moving on to different games, but to, you know, as a credit to 343 Industries, you know, there's a lot of great games out there, including Halo 4. Halo 4 I actually really do enjoy, but back in the days of Halo 2, Halo 3, there weren't too many other things to do on Xbox. Netflix didn't exist for once, and that occupies my friends list on Xbox a lot more than any other game, it seems like right now. I don't know, but one silver lining to this, if they don't dramatically and drastically change the mechanics for Halo 5 and or Halo 6, we'll probably have CSR right when they launch Halo 5. We'll probably have the Red X right when they launch Halo 5. That's my thoughts on this. Leave me your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name is Chief Landless, and I'm signing out.
30 kills? Better than me, that's for sure.